Hello everybody, I'm back home. My city, Moulins, is still there, you see it in back. You see also the bridge, you see the river, the water is still flowing in the Loire. I'm back after 5 days of traveling to Copenhagen in Denmark, where we as Justice and Peace Europe co-organized with Justice and Peace Denmark, with the Dicastery for promoting integral human development, with the global climate movement, together with the Apostleship of Sea, a very interesting, fascinating, exciting conference on the common good of the common sea. What is our responsibility towards the oceans? We had a diverse panoply of speakers that addressed us on all kinds of topics related to the waters, to the people who live off and in the waters and with the waters. So the most impressive, perhaps the first, was the UN envoy, special envoy for the oceans, Mr. Peter Thompson. He represents Fiji Islands and he came to speak to us. He spoke to us about the 5 big challenges for the oceans, the 5 big pressures. One is pollution, then you have fishing, overfishing. You have thirdly the heating of the water, and the fourth is deoxidation, oxygenation. The fifth is acidification. He addressed all these challenges, explained what this is about, and expressed his hope that there will be a real push towards a more blue climate protection agreement. So this was perhaps the most important speech to talk about, a keynote speech. Then there were speakers like Mr. Bergolf. He represented maritime industry. Maersk is a big shipping industry, and how they took an engagement to become zero carbon emission free by 2050. Very inspiring, his talk. Also, there was we received a video message from the European Commissioner, Camino Velu, who presented the ocean strategy of the European Union. Who else should I mention? Perhaps Jessica Sparks. She is a young research fellow from Nottingham University in Great Britain. She did an enormous amount of work, and she rose our awareness about slavery on the sea, trafficking, human trafficking on fishing boats. Really terrible to listen to that, and really something needs to be done about it.
So with your kind permission of the chair, moderator, I'd like to start reading the message of the Pope so I can, give it to the big partners of the event.
These are 9 earth processes that when human activity forces us to exceed what we have identified as thresholds, it starts to destabilize the earth and the earth's ability to support human life.
Well, the second day, the final day, was Sunday, the final day of our conference. We took very early in the morning, took a boat that took us out of the harbor of Copenhagen, off the coast. On the one side we saw Sweden, on the other side we saw Copenhagen, and on this boat, for all the participants of the conference, Cardinal Peter Turkson celebrated Mass, Stella Maris Mass, the Étoile of the Star of the Sea Mass, which is a special formula. It was prepared by the Apostleship of the Seas, who were with us also throughout these days in Copenhagen. It was a very moving, spiritual event, very prayerful, and we came off the boat with the conscience that we have to do something. After having listened to these conferences, after having celebrated Mass, we need to do something to be more engaged in protecting the oceans. Even if you live far away from the coastline, like here in Moulins, you can do something by, for instance, reducing the use of plastic issues that then perhaps may end up in the seas. And as Justice and Peace Europe, we decided to dedicate our next concerted action, 2020, to the common sea and the common good. So we'll talk about that again, and until then, I wish you all the best.
But now listen to what Amy Echeverria from the Global Catholic Climate Movement has to say about our conference. We interviewed her on the boat, so the recording is not so nice, but I think you get the spirit and you get the move out of what she says.
Greetings from the harbor of Copenhagen. My name is Amy Echeverria with the Global Catholic Climate Movement and Columban Missionaries. We're here at sea celebrating